The Scorpion King, directed by Chuck Russell, is a sword and sorcery action film set in a mythical ancient world. A spin-off of the Mummy series, the film stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Matthias, who is destined to become the legendary Scorpion King. The story combines elements of fantasy, action, and adventure set against the backdrop of the ancient Middle East. The film begins with a narration that sets the scene, a time of great turmoil and warfare, where an evil king known as Memnon, played by Stephen Brand, a ruthless warlord with ambitions of conquering the known world, is rapidly expanding his empire. Memnon is aided by a sorcerer who predicts the outcomes of battles, allowing Memnon to defeat his enemies with ease. In a desert village, we meet Matthias, a skilled Akkadian mercenary and assassin. He and his brothers are the last of the Akkadians, a group known for their unparalleled skills in warfare and assassination. Matthias is a formidable warrior, driven by a strong code of honor and the desire to protect his people. Matthias and his brothers are hired by the remaining free tribes to kill Memnon's sorcerer, believed to be the key to Memnon's power. The tribes believe that without the sorcerer's visions, they will be able to defeat Memnon and end his tyrannical rule. Matthias and his brothers embark on their mission, but they walk into a trap set by Memnon's forces. In a fierce battle, Matthias' brothers are killed, leaving him with a burning desire for revenge. Matthias manages to infiltrate Memnon's palace, only to discover that the sorcerer is actually a beautiful woman named Cassandra, played by Kelly Hu. Intrigued by her and realizing that killing her might not be the best course of action, Matthias kidnaps Cassandra instead. As they escape, they are pursued by Memnon's guards, leading to a series of thrilling encounters and battles. During these confrontations, Matthias displays his combat prowess, using both strength and cunning to overcome his enemies. As Matthias and Cassandra journey through the desert, they encounter various characters, including a humorous and resourceful horse thief named Arpid, played by Heslov, who becomes an ally. The trio forms an unlikely bond as they evade Memnon's forces. Throughout the journey, Cassandra begins to question her loyalty to Memnon. She has been held captive by Memnon's promise that she will be set free once his conquest is complete, but she starts to see the nobility in Matthias' cause and his genuine desire to free the people from tyranny. As Matthias, Cassandra, and Arpid continue their journey, the dynamic between Matthias and Cassandra deepens. Despite their initial mistrust, a romantic bond starts to form. Cassandra, with her visionary powers, begins to see Matthias in a different light, not just as a warrior, but as a man with the potential to lead and inspire change. She reveals to Matthias that she sees a great destiny for him, one that goes beyond mere revenge against Memnon. Meanwhile, Memnon, enraged by Cassandra's abduction and determined to crush any opposition to his rule, intensifies his efforts to capture Matthias. He dispatches his best warriors, including his right-hand man, Thorak, and employs strategies to lure Matthias into a confrontation. Matthias and his companions find temporary refuge in a valley that is home to a band of rebel tribesmen who are also resisting Memnon's rule. Among them is Balthazar, played by Michael Clarke Duncan, a powerful and skeptical warrior who initially doubts Matthias' capabilities but eventually comes to respect his courage and leadership. In the valley, Matthias rallies the tribes, inspiring them to unite against Memnon. A turning point comes when Memnon's forces, guided by a traitor from within the rebel ranks, attack the valley. In the ensuing battle, Matthias and the tribesmen fight valiantly but are overwhelmed by Memnon's superior numbers. In a critical moment, Balthazar joins the fight, aiding Matthias and turning the tide of the battle. Despite their efforts, Memnon manages to recapture Cassandra and retreats to his stronghold. Realizing that Memnon will continue to be invincible as long as he has Cassandra's visions to guide him, Matthias decides to launch a daring assault on Memnon's palace. He and his allies devise a plan to infiltrate the palace and confront Memnon. The climax of the film is an intense and dramatic sequence set in Memnon's palace. Matthias, armed with his skill and courage, faces various challenges and traps as he makes his way to confront Memnon. In the palace's courtyard, Matthias engages in a fierce battle with Memnon's guards and faces Thorac in a brutal duel, ultimately defeating him. The final confrontation between Matthias and Memnon is a tense and action-packed showdown. Memnon, a skilled warrior in his own right, proves to be a formidable opponent. The battle is intense, with both warriors evenly matched. However, Matthias' determination and resolve, fueled by his desire for justice and revenge for his brothers, give him the edge. In a dramatic moment, Matthias uses a combination of cunning and brute strength to defeat Memnon, ending his reign of terror. With Memnon's death, the oppressed people are freed, and Matthias is hailed as a hero. He is crowned the new king, with Cassandra by his side as his queen. The film ends with Matthias embracing his destiny as the Scorpion King, a ruler who will lead his people into a new era of peace and prosperity. In the closing scenes, the narrator foreshadows the future challenges Matthias will face as king, setting the stage for potential sequels and further adventures. The Scorpion King concludes as a tale of heroism, redemption, and the power of unity against tyranny.